The sentencing phase in the trial of convicted church shooter Dylann Roof is underway in Charleston, South Carolina. Today, he addressed the jury, saying that there is nothing wrong with him psychologically. NBC4's Mark Taylor is here now with what happened in court today. Mark?
Roof is representing himself and says he does not want lawyers using mental illness as a defense against the death penalty.
Mumbling but defiantly defending himself, Dylann Roof declared in a brief opening statement at his sentencing phase that he did not want his former attorneys introducing mental health evidence because, as he put it, there's nothing wrong with me psychologically. It was the first time Roof ever addressed the jury directly, the same jury who convicted him last month of murder and hate crimes for the June 2015 church shooting in Charleston that left 9 parishioners dead. In his opening, prosecutor Nathan Williams said this defendant's horrific acts justify the death penalty. Victims' family members were then called to talk about the life and loss of their loved ones, starting with Jennifer Pinckney, the widow of Reverend Clementa Pinckney, who stoically spoke of a loving pastor and father of their 2 daughters. But turned to the terror of that night, where she and one of her daughters were upstairs inside the church when the shooting began. Pinckney testified, "I heard pop, pop, pop. It hit me then that it was gunshots, and immediately worried her husband was a victim." Prosecutors may call as many as 24 others like Pinckney over the next 2 weeks before letting the jury finally decide whether Roof should die for what he did.
Now, so far, Dylann Roof has not cross-examined any of the state's witnesses. Today, a federal prosecutor presented new evidence, including a jailhouse journal that he said Roof started 6 weeks after his arrest. Now, Roof's writings echoed his past racist statements, and one entry said, quote, "I do not regret what I did." Ellie?